going to share my screen here. All right, good evening again. Welcome to Roundtable for March of 2025. We're trying to get geared up for summer and get excited for all of those plans, and some of us are dressed for the occasion. I have to admit, I tried to. I'm not as prepared for summer as I probably would like to be at this point, because somewhere around here I have a really nice bucket hat and a Hawaiian shirt, but I could not find it. So this is what we've got this evening. As mentioned, we have a pretty full agenda, and we're really going to be talking a lot about summer plans, both for summer camp and other activities for both packs, and some options for troops to have a really fun and engaging and exciting summer for our scouts and the adults as well. Please use, I don't think I have a slide up here, but please use chat to let us know who you are and what troop or pack you are from. We like to keep track of who's getting this information. My name is Matt Pagliaro. I'm Scoutmaster in Holman, and I'm also the commissioner for the Roundtable planning team. So good to see all of you here. We're going to begin with an opening, which I am going to lead this month. So we'll start with the pledge. If you're in a scout uniform, please salute, otherwise hand over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, 2. Tonight, our focus on scouting values is the Scout Law. So let's all repeat the Scout Law, and then I have a few words of reflection about it to share. So, Scout signs. Scout Law: a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. So tonight I want to take a moment to reflect on the values that we as adult leaders uphold in our role as mentors and guides to the Scouts. The Scout Law is not just something we teach. It's also a reminder to us of the incredible responsibility we have in shaping the future of young people. The 12 principles are just not words. They are an essential part of the legacy we pass on to the next generation of Scouts. Whether it's how we treat one another, how we handle a challenge, or how we guide our Scouts, we should set the example by living the values of the Scout Law every day. Actions speak louder than words, and the Scouts are always watching. And remember that we are more than just the role models. We are the ones who provide the foundations for the Scouts to grow. As we work together, we can challenge ourselves to reflect on the Scout Law every day. Are we being trustworthy? Are we being loyal? Are we being helpful and kind? Are we living the values that we expect our Scouts to uphold? So tonight, let's remind ourselves that we too are on a journey of growth. Let's strive to live the Scout Law in everything that we do, for in so doing, we can shape the future of Scouting and inspire the next generation of leaders. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Chester for a safety moment for March.
All right, thank you. So March's safety moment is on hammock safety. So hammocks are becoming more popular. We actually have an area in Lenape at Camp Decorah that's set up just for hammocks. In the 5 years I've been the health officer, one of the most serious things that's happened with a hammock. That a scout got out of his hammock. He wasn't fooling around or anything. He'd eaten lunch, had rested for a little bit, got up, tripped and fell, and broke his arm. So hammocks can, even when they're not being misused, can be dangerous, and so things to watch out for. So one of the things is to make sure that the knots and the fastenings are all secure. Double check those knots and those fastenings to make sure that they're secure before you or your scouts get into them. Always put them on something that's immovable. So trees, um, posts that they're specifically made for. Don't put them on something that's going to move, like a bumper on a car or something like that. Never put them over water because, of course, if anything happens and they fall in the water, that could be disastrous. There should be no swinging or fooling around on a hammock. They should be for sleeping, and that should be really enforced a lot. Um, Make sure that they're not that the manufacturers always have a weight limit on them. Make sure that you follow the recommendations that they have for those, that you don't have someone in a hammock that's too heavy for it, or that it's not secured properly, that's going to collapse on them during the night or something. Um, when you have smaller children, especially, make sure that they're well supervised when they're using hammocks. It's not that they can't, but just make sure that they can be monitored, that no horsing around happens with them. And when you are securing them to a tree, try and be careful that you're not damaging the bark on the tree so that you damage the tree. Obviously we want the trees to be healthy also. So those are the kinds of things that we ask that you watch out for when you're using hammocks. If you have any questions, you can contact me later about that.
All right, thank you for that moment, Chester. And I'm also going to have you talk to us a little bit about the help that is needed in the health office.
All right. So, while I'm not hopefully going anywhere soon to be the health officer, um, BS or Scouting America is asking that we have a health officer at each of the council events. Now, I'll be at as many of those as I can, but I can't be at all of them. So, what I'm asking is that any of the troops and packs that might have someone who's a healthcare professional, that means an EMT or higher in education, let me know. If you could email Camp Decorah Health Officer at gmail.com so that I can contact those. Give me the names and the contact information of those individuals. I will contact them to see if they would be willing to step in periodically to be a health officer. Otherwise, I really appreciate the time that everyone does in helping me do my job. So, anyone that is interested, I will give them keys to the office if they, whenever they're going to do it, and give them an update on what's going on at camp. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Chester. Don't go anywhere because when we talk about summer camp, we're going to get some updates about health forms from you. All right, this is the time that a lot of people are thinking about crossover from our scouts and our packs to joining troops. And so our membership moment this month deals with that topic. So Kate's going to share some insights about Arrow of Light crossover and also some reminders. Kate, are you with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm switching over to my hotspot because my Wi-Fi is wonky. About the crossover, Arrow of Light crossover. So this is a really exciting time in Scouts. There's so much enthusiasm and celebration going on through the blue and gold ceremonies as well as the crossover celebrations. Sometimes units choose to put those two events together. Sometimes they're separate, but it is a time of celebration, and it's really exciting to see the Cubs that had done so much work coming up, whether they joined as Lions or they joined later on, but all of the work that they've put in and their families have put in, getting them to events and things. And so I think one of the biggest things that we need to be cognizant of as both Cubs and Scouts BSA is just making that crossover seamless, or doing what we can to make sure that these Scouts are crossing over into Scouts BSA. And so it requires some collaboration on both the Cubs and the troops. And so hopefully we've done that already as part of some of the requirements for Arrow of Light, camping with the troop, attending their meetings, and so on and so forth. But making those cubs and their families feel welcome, feel included, part of what's going on for your summer programming troops, that part is really important in not losing the scouts that are crossing over. Entering middle school is a time when kids are finding new activities. Maybe they're trying out sports for the first time, or opportunities in band and choir and things. And so we want to make sure that those scouts and their families continue to see the value in scouting and feeling just feeling included in what's happening in the troops. And sometimes that gets lost through our programming and through all the other things that our units are doing all of the time. So I just want to encourage you to continue to be in contact with one another within your communities to make that seamless, welcoming, and just exciting. It is an exciting time. And sometimes that transition from Cub, where we're kind of holding their hands, into the Scouts BSA world is a little trickier and harder to navigate. And so if we can help both the Cubs and their families understand the programming, understanding the reasoning behind the programming, and understanding what it looks like to be Scout led and how that's different and what you're going to do in that transition, it can really help for retention purposes. And that's really a goal. I think all of us that are on this call tonight understand the importance and the value of scouting. And so we want to keep as many scouts as possible engaged and a part of each program.
All right, all very important points. Thank you, Kate. Okay, so our hot topic this month is getting ready for summer. So there's a lot to think about, a lot to plan, and a lot to do to get ready for summer, and then to carry out that successful and engaging summer program. So this time of year, I feel like it's always fun to start thinking about this and get geared up. So that's our topic for Roundtable this month. So we've got some updates and some exciting things happening out at Camp Decorah this summer. So I'm going to turn this over to Kelly. Are you doing this one?
I am. We're excited. We got a great, as you can see, our theme this year is Minecraft for our overnight camp, which is June 20th through the 21st. We have Weeblos camp the following weekend. And as you can see, we put a lot of time, a lot of effort into getting as much information out early as we possibly can. As you can see, it'll show you what the Tigers will earn, what the Wolves will earn, and what the Bears will earn. And it's just an exciting time to get those kids to camp as soon as you can. And we get them there, as Tigers. We work them through the Cub Scouts. You get them in the Weeblos. We cross over, and then they're in Scouts BSA. And that level of what they can do just keeps building and building and building, and then excitement as well. We're pretty excited about Minecraft. Patrick Zalewski, our program director, is a Minecraft freak. So we were sitting at a meeting. Joe and I have no idea what's going on, and he's telling us about creepers and all this other stuff that happens in Minecraft. So it's going to be a really fun, exciting time. And I think Chester's health office is completely filled with cardboard boxes because we're gonna build. So it's as you can see, June 20th through the 21st. The registration deadline is May 30th. Free T-shirt deadline is May 15th, and it's just going to be a really, really creative time in the outdoors. So we're looking forward to it. Once again, gatewayscouting.org. If you have any questions, make sure you just let us know, okay? The Weeblos AOL camp, once again, is also built on Minecraft. You'll see what the Weeblos will earn, as well as the Arrow of Light they will earn. And we did something different a little this year with the Weeblos. We have them coming in Friday night, which the last Friday or the Friday night of session 1 of Scouts BSA. So they'll join us for the chicken queue, and then they'll join us for the closing campfire, and then they'll make their way to their campsites. Just a way of getting the Weeblos and the AOL Scouts a little taste of what Scouts BSA is like. So it's going to be really neat, and we're going to incorporate them into that closing campfire that the Scouts are going to have. So once again, those dates are June 27th through the 29th. Registration deadline is June 23rd, and the free T-shirt deadline is May 15th. Once again, we do have the Cub Scout Parent Guide for everything you need to know about camp as well. GatewayScouting.org is the best place to go. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. We're really excited by it, and Joe and I may actually learn something about Minecraft. So we're going to see what's going to happen.
It was about halfway through the meeting before I realized that we were no longer talking about Minesweeper. So
All right, and then week-long day camp is coming up in August.
I'm here, Matt.
Christopher, are you on to talk about this?
I am. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So Christopher Lloyd here, camp director. My brother-in-law is Chris Mataska. He's program director. And this year, big things we're going to do. Outdoor classroom. We really want to talk about, because the theme is outdoor adventure. So we really want to talk about camping and what you can do outdoors. We have a lot of staple stations that everybody goes to every year with shooting sports and handicraft, going to the camp store, whatnot like that. But the outdoor classroom is something we're really excited about. We're also on Thursday, we're talking about a program where we're going to do something different with the AOLs and Weeblos than what we're going to do with the other ranks. So looking at like low cope stuff, what we're able to do with Cub Scouts, but low cope stuff and other things that hopefully they can get more excited about. Cost is $170 for the week. It's August 11th through the 15th. And we're really just, right now we're in these planning stages. I don't believe we have any type of, a leader's guide quite out yet, but, constantly working on different meetings and talking about the different guest presenters that we can get out there. We are working on a plan to have fishing on a daily basis this year versus just once or twice, though.
All right, great. Lots of exciting things planned. And there was a comment as a reminder that all of these camps count as a Cub Scout activity toward the Summertime Fun Award, and that will be another topic later in the Cub Scout breakout. So stay tuned for that. All right, and then we have Scouts BSA camp.
We do. I am wearing my official Scouts BSA summer hat, by the way. So I'm pretty pumped up. Once again, looking forward to a great year at camp. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it in the off season, just revamping the program. The program has always been really, really good. But we went through a lot of the surveys and talked to a lot of people, the SPLs and the leaders, and just different ways that we could do things. And we love the fact we got a lot of great response back on our merit badges that are all in the morning. We do our 4 merit badges in the morning. It leaves the afternoons open for specialty camps and what we're calling afternoon adventures. The directors got together and basically created programs for their area in the afternoon. So we're going to be doing flint and steel and a lot more cooking and candle making up in Scoutcraft, splat shirts up in paintball. You can design your own shirt. Of course, the Cheetos are back up in shooting sports as well. Long distance archery, we're doing a lot of stuff at the pool. We're in a new cardboard boat building down at Waterfront. Of course, fishing will be open as well. So we're able to expand it and open up a little bit more in each area for those afternoon adventures that we're doing. Our night activities as well, based a lot on the patrol method. We're doing a some more run to take into account that amazing 5-mile bike trail that we have through camp. And so there's a lot of neat things that we're doing that will just incorporate and tie in all the aspects of camp that we're really, 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 really proud of. New merit badges this year, sustainability is on a rotation. So that'll be on one of the required that we'll be offering. Motorboating, we're bringing in. We're doing art up in handicraft, fish and wildlife as well. And hopefully we're going to work on the complete angler, which is fishing, fly fishing, and then a fish and wildlife as well. So there's a lot of really neat stuff happening. And we encourage you to get signed up now. Merit badge registration opened up, and I keep checking it every day, and the classes are starting to fill up. We got great response from out of council units. Game Haven is showing up on Northern Star is happening as well. Glacier Bay. We're getting a lot of camps from, or a lot of troops from all around. So I'm excited by that. And the provisional this year also is pretty cool. All 3 weeks of camp are going to be provisional. Last year, Janelle Kirsten, who was our provisional scoutmaster, she's from South Dakota. She was there just the first week, but and they did amazing. They won honor unit. These 8 kids got together and just formed a troop and did really, really well. And so we brought that back. So if you have a scout that maybe can't go, if you're not going to the Corps or just wants to come back and do another week, provisional will be available all 3 weeks of camp. And you see the dates up there as well. And you can register as provisional scout. Just get a hold of me, and I will let you know and walk you through it. I think that'll do it, man.
All right, thank you, Kelly. There's a clarification question in chat about the dates for Webelow camp. So you've got June 27th through the 29th, and there's a publication somewhere that has it the 26th through the 28th.
I'm just checking it here. Hang on. It would be the 27th because they would come in on that Friday night. So
Okay, because the
27th through the
mailer
28th.
I got that I've had on the fridge said the 26th through the 28th. So I wanted to just make sure.
27th through the 29th.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Okay, and then there's some other programming going out at Camp Decorah this summer as well.
Yeah, the neat thing about Camp Decorah is when the weather turns nice, when around the first part of June, camp is open, and camp is occupied almost every day from that first part of June all the way through August. A lot of people think it's just the council or the scout stuff, like the Cub Scout camps or the Scouts BSA camps or merit badge days or anything. But we have a lot of non-scout groups that come in and utilize Camp Decorah, the Boys and Girls Club, the Park and Rec Department, various schools, various churches, various outdoor groups will come and book time at camp. And we have community camps that we have, and this is a way that that groups can come out and we help them design a program depending on their age. So a lot of it's age specific. Of course, there's fishing, there's the bouldering wall. We do outdoor skills, we do first aid, we do shooting sports, and it just gives them a little taste of it. And a lot of it is tied in with some of the summer schools or the summer day camps that these organizations have. So if you know anyone that any group that's looking for something to do, maybe help them with their curriculum in the summer, let us know, because we're booking dates right now. And the community camps, you can reach out to me at kelly.wild@scouting.org or give me a call. And it's a great way just to open up. A lot of these kids maybe never went camping, maybe never made a s'more. Just the basic first aid stuff that we do is really, really important. And it's a great way of taking these core values that we use in scouting, and sometimes we take for granted, and expose them to other people who may not realize what we do. And it's a great way to get the community involved.
All right, excellent. Okay, and camp teams can come out and help with some promotion in troops and packs as well, correct?
Yeah, we would love to come out and share the excitement that we have for camp, either for Cub Scouts or Webelos and Arrow of Light or Scouts BSA. Just schedule your camp talk, and our promotion team will come out and tell you all that you need to know about Camp Decorah and the ways that you can get your kids or you can get yourself involved in it. So just once again, if you call the Scout office and talk to me, and we can book it, or go right there to gatewayscouting.org/SBSA. Summer camps. We're talking packs. We're talking troops. We'd love to come out and share the excitement and everything that's happening out at Camp Decorah. Dino races. Keep that in mind, okay? Dinosaur races. That's all I'm saying. That's why I have the cool hat.
All right. Kate, I know you have some insights on this topic as well. Is there anything that you wanted to share?
Just in regards to the camp talks, I've just seen like, Kelly, you're so cool. Like, I love you. And I think it's so awesome to have such enthusiastic staff and adults. But I think the biggest sales people are other scouts. So if you can, if you're a Cub pack, I would encourage you to reach out again to your troop, to come have your Scouts BSA members come and share their experiences. I love the idea that the Webelos are going to be able to be involved in the fire bowl and closing ceremony. I think some of those kids haven't gotten those experiences, and that is really a sales point. So I would encourage you to connect with scouts that have been and have them give their testimony or their, what's your favorite part. I know a couple of years ago, Laurel came and she partnered with some of the Den Chiefs and they did some run-ons and a couple of songs. So if you can do that, it also creates enthusiasm. So I would just encourage you to do that. And again, it's just another way to bridge that connection between troops and packs.
All right. Thank you, Kate. All right, Chester, what do units need to do to make sure that they have the health forms submitted?
Well, you have to bring a health form or you have to fill it out when you get there. So it's a lot better if you have it filled out ahead of time, and you can email those forms to me at campdecorahealthofficer@gmail.com, which is down at the bottom of the screen. It certainly will speed up the check-in process if you send those health forms in ahead of time, because I can review them then and if there's any questions, I can single out that one scout to ask questions about. I don't have to go through each record as you're standing there waiting for me to do that. So that would be very helpful if you could do that ahead of time. If they're going to be there for more than 72 hours, they have to have the signature by the doctor on there that they've been seen by a doctor to be able to do that. The other thing, and I don't know exactly what the La Crosse County Health is going to come up with this year, but last year was that I have to hand out all the medications to the scouts. So if you have any scouts that will be coming with medications, just have them make sure that they bring them with them in the original containers and the schedule that they would be taking them on, and then I will be handing them out at the health office. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to get a hold of me.
All right. Thank you, Chester. Okay. And paying for camp is always a topic that that people are sometimes concerned about or thinking about or talking about. So there are a few options for this, and we wanted everybody to make sure that you are aware that the No Scout Left Behind Fund can fund some camperships. Joe, do you have some details to share on this, on how this works?
Yeah, real briefly. So your one-stop resource on this is gatewayscouting.org/assist. And our community has been very generous on supporting financial assistance requests from scouting families. So we really are kind of still building the visibility on this amongst our unit leaders. That can be used for registration assistance. So if somebody needs a hand to get enrolled in scouting or to assist with a portion of their member renewal, it's also available to help with a portion of summer camp or even other activities through the year. The individual scout family can make a request, or you as a unit leader can make a request on their behalf. It's a relatively simple form, and the funds are there for families in need. So if finances is a reason that Johnny or Susie would not participate in summer camp, the opportunity is there to make a request. You shouldn't expect that this would fund 100% of the camping costs. Generally, things work best when the scout family does a little bit to contribute towards it, but there's room to kind of work on all that on a percentage basis based on what the need is. You're probably best off to reach out to myself or Justin or Kelly on a one-on-one basis if you have questions on that rather than handling it as a group tonight.
All right, thank you, Joe. And aside from those in financial need, there's others that may just need to raise money to go to camp. And so we thought that might be a good discussion topic. We don't have much time, but Brian Purdy had some insights on fundraising to share, I believe, and then we have we'd like to get a little feedback from others as well if you have unique ideas. Brian, do you have some things to share?
Yes. What we've seen in the past is through different members of the community, they've donated to troops, which will help with fundraising. In that we've known that a lot of times, like say, we'll in our areas, we'll have leaders that will have been in scouting and they'll reach out to the scout leaders to say, hey, I would like to donate. Or we've seen fundraising through different like spaghetti dinners or just different things. And I've known some troops to do it, which will help to go to the scout account, which when will help them for, camping and also summer camp. But I wanted to reach out also to see what other troops do. So it might give some good ideas to troops that say, hey, what can we do to help maybe raise, money for summer camp and everything, as long as we can stay within the guidelines of national.
So are there ideas? Do people have things that they do in their troop?
If you're looking for input, I've been with troops that would not only encourage and nominate scouts to go to things, but they would provide some support if they were in need. Or the other thing is for NYLT, the troop I was with used to provide half the cost for that. That's not summer camp, but kids need help with that too. So.
All right, other ideas?
Our troop has done a lot of the festival food brat barns. It's kind of hit and miss as to your profit margin on it, but Festival Foods has always been a very welcoming and wonderful sponsor to have as far as helping scouts out. They've always allowed us to be there and all other troops and stuff like that to do the brat barns and things like that. And we kind of ended up with an annual fishing derby that's only once a year, but that's another thing that our troop is getting involved with too. So things like that.
All right, great ideas.
One thing
Any others?
we tried at the pack level last year, it was pretty successful, is we had the scouts plant a bunch of like little starter plants around this time of year, and we sold them at one of the youth soccer tournaments around here, to kind of just raise some extra money. That's actually some of the money we rolled into that flag project. So, but as an option for a different fundraiser.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and something that even Cub Scouts can be involved in at that level.
And of course, there's popcorn.
And I know there is a fundraiser opportunity coming up that Ashley's going to tell us about in a little bit. So, any others? We got time for anything else? I know one thing in our troop that came up as a suggestion that could fund a big portion of camp is and this is kind of more of an individual fundraiser, but each scout has a calendar. Pick a month. Maybe it's, the month of October, for example. There's 31 days, and they can talk to friends and family, and their friends and family pledge money based on that day on the calendar. So if that family member chooses the 1st, the 5th, and the 10th, they would donate $1, $5, and $10 to that scout to fund camp. And I think it comes out, if you fill up an entire calendar for a month, it's between $300 and $400 or maybe even more of funds raised. So a simple way for scouts to get friends and family to help fund some of their scouting activities.
I just wanted
Okay.
to share for
Yep, go ahead.
Troop 33. these aren't necessarily creative ideas that you guys probably haven't thought of, but one thing we've come across is fundraising fatigue. So we tend to not try to come up with new things to sell because the kids are already selling for football and wrestling and golf and band and choir and all those kinds of things. So you're kind of tapping the same people a lot. So what we tend to go towards are like, we show up, we work, they pay us to do it. I'm excited to hear about the Chippewa Valley Air Show thing, but we're looking at doing the restaurant night where we just come, we work, we're done. We made quite a bit of money. Well, the kids that did worked at the ice arena this winter down in Riverside Park. So just something that doesn't take a lot of effort. It's signing up, we show up, we get it done. So we've had some pretty good success with that.
Yeah, lots of great ideas and lots of different ways that can work in different ways for different units. All right, we're going to go to our breakouts. And so we're going to get people into rooms for Scouts BSA and for Cub Scouts. And it'd be good if we can be back. Can we try to get back by close to 7:50?
Sounds good. Rooms are open now. If you'd like to be assigned to a specific room, feel free to pop into chat whether you'd like to go into Cub Scouts or Scouts BSA. Anybody else that needs to be assigned anywhere? I think I got everybody who put something in the chat.
Justin, you can put me with BSA.
Yep, put you in BSA. Kate, I can put you into Cubs. Brian to BSA.
D. Schmidtke and Cubs.
I can put you in Cubs, David.
Justin, put me in the Scouts BSA.
Alrighty. Another Justin here. Ryan's note taker. Steve, would you like to go to Cubs? Or would you like to go to Scouts BSA?
Cubs is fine.
Okay. And Tom, I should have assigned you. I don't know if anything popped up for you. I can press move there. Oh, can't force you to go there. You might have to press a button to get there. Justin or Ryan's note taker? Anywhere you guys would like to be?
Can I just hang out here? I'm driving back home.
Oh, yep, no worries. You can hang out.
don't want to be too distracted while driving.
Fair. I'm gonna bop into Scouts BSA. So I'll see you guys on the other side.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We have some updates from our local area here, so that we're going to get into those right away. So first of all, I'm going to call on Scott. Do you have a report from the Scouts BSA district?
Not this time.
Okay, that is just fine.
We skipped our meeting during the in-person, and we're having our next meeting in a few minutes. So
Okay, very good. We'll catch you next month. Kate, or I don't know, I didn't see if Steve was on. Do we have anything from Cub Scouts?
I'm here, Matt.
Hi, Steve.
How's it going? Yeah, we just got done with the breakout session. Had good discussions and about the summertime pack award. But I also wanted to point out that the Cub Committee's been working towards our April 26th Pinewood Derby. We will be putting that on at Camp Decorah. There's a website on the council website for that event. You can check it out. The rules should be posted there. We'll have our usual run of all the Cub Scout ranked divisions. We'll also have open events, meaning the adults can bring in their latest and greatest as long as they meet the requirements set forth in the rule book. We are pleased to announce that Pack 28 recently upgraded their track to a brand new one and have shared it with other packs to use, including the council. So it'll be all set up, ready to go, new software, new scoring. So if you want to see the latest and greatest technology for track, we welcome everyone to come on out and see if they can make some more runs with those cars.
All right, very good. Yeah.
There you go. That's the main thing. Otherwise, we'll have, I don't know if you're going to be doing a spring camporee update. Otherwise we could talk about that, but we'll have a few offerings. We're welcoming, trying to get as many Weeblos, Aero Lights, to the spring camporee. We'll put on some programming for them. Maybe some of the elective pins that they wouldn't normally be able to do as a den or a pack.
All right. Yeah, we do have an update for that, but thank you for sharing that. All right. We always like to highlight some of the successes of the youth in the council. So recently we had 4 Eagles. So congratulations to Noah, Christian, Nolan, and Alexander. I was not able to get details on their projects, but I'm sure they were amazing. So congratulations to these scouts. And it's that time of the year where Arrow of Lights are being completed. So congratulations to these scouts from packs 17, 46, 67, 77, 91, and 279 for earning that Arrow of Light rank. And hopefully we see those scouts crossing over to a troop soon and continuing their scouting journey. All right, we have some training coming up, and I think in the interest of time, let's maybe focus on wilderness first aid, and then we've got an update on national and NYLT. John, Scott?
Yeah, otherwise I can.
Is Lisa not on?
Lisa, I talked to her earlier. She's potentially having some Wi-Fi issues, so I can share on this real quick. Wilderness first aid, just as a focus on that, is very important if your unit is looking to do any sort of backcountry trips where you're going to be in the backcountry and away from essential resources for multiple days on end. It is required that you have at least one person trained up in wilderness first aid for any of those kind of backcountry experiences, but it's recommended that you have 2, just in case something happens to the one person. Always good to have a second trained person on hand. Really, really awesome training. I haven't had the chance to take it myself yet, but I'm hoping that I could squeeze it into my schedule either here or there's other opportunities around too if you're looking for it. But again, it's a really fun course that teaches you some unique skills on how to really focus in on any of those things that could happen in more backcountry wilderness situations. So highly recommend.
All right. Thank you. And then there is Cub Scout Blue and ITOLs for Scouts BSA coming up in May. We'll have more specific details next month when we're a little closer to that, but definitely get those on your calendar if you have leaders that need that training. I know something that came up last month, and I thought it was important to share again, is the need for hazardous weather training. Scott, do you want to kind of give an overview of this and why it's important?
Well, every scouter now is required, as with youth protection training. Every registered scouter pretty much is expected to have hazardous weather training. I believe it's a 2 year. I may be wrong on that. But obviously,
You're
if
right.
you're taking scouts out into the woods or the plains or wherever, you're outside in all kinds of weather and all kinds of seasons. And, we want our leaders to be as prepared as they possibly can, both in terms of, being able to see weather coming in and know where it's safe to camp and where it isn't safe to camp, and what are safe actions to take if you're facing severe weather. So it's real important. And what we're encouraging folks to do is, when you renew your youth protection training, you just take another about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do the online hazardous weather training. It's not hard.
All right, very good. And this, from what I remember, you don't get as many emails and reminders about this one, so you might have to look to see if you're expired. It's
Yeah, it may come, but yeah, probably not yet.
Okay.
And National is aiming to put it on the same spot where you go into My.Scouting, where you see that youth protection is available. They're updating the system, and soon it should be right under that, right next to where that is. There should also be a reminder to take this training as well.
All right, very good. All right, Scott, how about NYLT?
John, do you want to take this one?
I can, yes. Just want to remind folks that it's time to get registration going. It's been live for a while. We need to get to 25 participants, bare minimum, 30 realistically, to run the course. And the sooner we have people register, the easier it is for our youth staff to do their planning. So if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to Scott or to me. Our staff has already met a couple of times. We're meeting this weekend, and course preparation is well underway. So we just hope we have participants to share our preparation with.
And it ends on my lucky day, Friday the 13th. So, I'll say we're going to get out of there dry, John. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
But yeah, sign up now. February, we really want to get them signing up in February, but certainly by March. And if you have any questions, give us a call.
Yeah. It is not fair to put a kid into a leadership position in a troop without first training them to do it. It's not fair to the kid, and it's not good for the troop. So something I would strongly encourage Scoutmasters, and many of you do, to strongly encourage your scouts and their families to consider this amazing opportunity.
And I'll add, they will have fun, and they'll meet scouts from all over the council and a few others. So
yeah. And hey, the cool thing about Zoom meetings is you can miss the memo on a dress code change and still meet the standard for the meeting.
Yes. I did too. I'm out now.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, we've got a Scouts BSA event coming up. Justin, were you going to do this?
Yeah. So Scouts BSA on April 5th, the very first Saturday in April. The Nature Place always has Nature Saturday program, so that's something that anybody can attend at any point, but we're going to be doing this Nature Saturday there as a scouting themed Nature Saturday. They will be running the Nature Merit Badge. I'll be there to guide people through it, but then they're going to be having rotating stations that scouts can go through to get all the different requirements mostly knocked out for that merit badge. It is a very highly qualified and trained staff at the Nature Center there. A lot of fun activities, hands-on experiences with live animals. And again, we're going to be working towards that Nature Merit Badge. It's going to be completely free, but we do require you to sign up just to make sure we know how many people are coming, so we know how many people to prepare for. On top of doing Nature Merit Badge in the morning, in the afternoon time, we're also going to be working on a Scouting for Clean Waterways project. So we're going to be working with the local Friends of the Marsh group to help do a service project to clean up the La Crosse River Marsh as well, in an effort to work towards the kind of brand new project that Scouting has put out just this year called Scouting for Clean Waterways. So if you want to learn a lot more about that, you can head online. We have some information, as well as registration is open now. Again, it's completely free to come and earn a merit badge and participate in a brand new educational project to clean up the La Crosse River Marsh.
Where is this at?
Awesome.
The nature place is in La Crosse, so in the Hickson or Myrick Park, the nature center that's down there. I know it's gone through a bunch of different name changes. It used to be just the Myrick Park Center, and then used to be the Eco Park, and then was a zoo many years back. So gone through a lot of changes, but the place is now called the Nature Place.
And just
All right, very.
if we have scouts that have already earned the nature badge, can they come just for like the cleanup part of it, the waterway part?
Yeah, definitely. They could come just for the cleaning up part. I mean, they could even just hang out at the nature center too. It's an open nature center, so they have some cool seating in a lounging area, a nice big fireplace with musical instruments to play, a really cool outdoor scape too that you can hang out in before that project goes underway. But then, yeah, you could definitely come and just partake in the Clean Waterways initiative that we're going to be putting on too.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about a fundraising opportunity. Ashley, are you with us to talk about this? Maybe not. Justin, Joe, Kelly?
Yeah, I could speak on it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ashley's going to be sending out a lot more information, but the spring sale with Valley Fudge is going to be starting April 1st. It's a really unique new fundraiser that we're putting on to sell fudge. We got a lot of the information there. Is kind of just the key stuff that we know as of right now, but it's locally sourced and locally made company that makes fudge out of Coon Valley. So again, starting April 1st, going through May 15th. All the packages are going to be $15, and it's going to be take order forms for scouts to be able to go out and sell the fudge. You can arrange all of that with Ashley. She's also going to be sending forms directly to people to be able to have on hand and be ready to sell right off the bat. So we've got some more information online at gatewayscouting.org/spring sale. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Ashley on any of that.
All right, thanks, Justin. And then we have the recognition event coming up on April 6th, and Ashley was going to talk on this one.
I can take this one, Matt.
Kelly, okay.
Yeah, it's our annual event where we recognize those for their accomplishments throughout the year. There's something new this year. We're doing open camp programming from 10 to 2. So I encourage you to come out with your units and then stay for the recognition event. That's at 2:30. We're looking for volunteer recognition. If you have a volunteer in your trooper pack that just goes above and beyond, does exceptional work, we want to hear about it. Also, your unit recognition, anything that you did throughout the year as far as the accomplishments of your scouts. We recognize our Eagle Scouts. We will present with you your District Award of Merit. We will also present the Silver Beaver as well. And it's just a great way to find out all that's been done through 2024 for scouting here in the Gateway Area Council. So you can check it out. There'll be some new awards, some activities as well, and it's at gatewayscouting.org recognition event. And we encourage you to register and sign up so we can know how much food to have on hand as well. So that is on Sunday, April 6th. Open camp programming from 10 to 2, and then recognition event at 2:30.
Awesome. All right, and then we've got an Easter egg hunt out at Camp Decorah.
I can share on that. Yeah, pretty much just that. If you're interested, it's a brand new thing that we're trying this year. Ashley's very excited to put this on. There's going to be different time slots for different age groups. But it's just a little bit of a fun time that we thought we'd put on since we have the space. We also have a lot of Easter eggs on hand, so we thought it would be really fun to be able to hide them all over camp. Just another one of those opportunities to bring in anybody who's already in Scouts, but also invite any non-Scouts out to enjoy the great camp we have. Over 2,000 eggs that we're going to be putting out there, outdoor fun prizes and activities, and we're even going to have the Easter Bunny will be there as well. So going to be a fun time.
All right, thank you. All right, earlier this meeting, we heard about all the great activities out at summer camp, but to do that, we got to get camp ready. So I've got Justin Pitts, I believe I saw was on to talk about Beaver Day.
That I am on up at beautiful Camp Decorah. It's nice out, but I'm sitting outside. Yes, we need you. We need your scouts. We need your volunteer power. We have had some activities going on at camp during the off season, that being some of our trees needed to come down that were in maybe not the nicest location if they fell. So we decided to bring them down. That means we have firewood all over camp that needs to be pulled out and brought on down. We have other things like prepping Dahl, Hagerman, the training centers, cleaning up some stuff, some other things that we have waited till spring to do, you know, having fun events. That being said, if there is something that you feel like, oh, I was up at camp the other week and I saw this thing and it could be done, feel free to reach out, send an email to me and I can try to put it on the list. Or you could be the volunteer that does it, right? Also, we're trying this year is to try to get camp, to get troops or packs or a group to help out more that weekend. If you want to volunteer for Beaver Days and you want to, like, I don't want to get up there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe your troop wants to stay overnight the night before or the night after. You can definitely contact me or one of the other people at the scouting center, and we can get you signed up through Tenaroo to stay for free that night. It's kind of one of those, we know you're going to be doing some work, right? Cheerful scouting and cheerful service. And you can then also get a camp out in with your troop pack, or maybe there's like 4 leaders from your troop that want to come and hang out overnight and then do some work. And we can try to make arrangements for that. Awesome. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or go out and fill out the gatewayscouting.org/Beaver Day. Or is that / whatever, Beaver Days out on the Scout Council website. Awesome.
Thanks, Justin. All right, and then coming up in May, we have an exciting camporee planned. This is mainly for our Scouts BSA troop, but as Steve mentioned earlier, there is an opportunity for some Arrow of Light Webelow Scouts to come out and do some things. This is going to be out at Camp Fort McCoy again, same location as we've been in the last couple of years. This year, the focus will be the Search and Rescue Merit Badge. So there will be a program in the morning for Scouts to earn that merit badge. And then in the afternoon, I believe we have some competitions dealing with orienteering, compass work, that type of thing planned for the afternoon. We will have a campfire that evening with lots of excitement and also some recognition of our scouts, some of our Arrow of Light scouts that have crossed over. There will be a recognition for a call out for scouts for Order of the Arrow, as well as I believe I've heard it's in works to have some information available about Order of the Arrow so that your scouts and your troops know what that organization is and what it's about. And then I think an election can be held there as well. So more information to come, but registration is open now, and we hope to see people out there. Joe, do you want to give us an overview of the Golden Eagle? Or was somebody else going to do this?
Oh, I sure can. I sure can briefly. So we had a very successful Golden Eagle event last week. A big thank you to everybody that was a part of that. Our youth scouts serving as ambassadors for scouting, our youth MC, our adult volunteers who participated, and also anybody that was there as a donor, contributor, sponsor, or supporter. Just they're very thankful for a big night. $77,000 was raised that evening. We do have a goal of getting to 80,000 so we can fully fund the No Scout Left Behind program for the year. So there's an opportunity for that. A generous benefactor has said they will match what gets raised. So if that's something that you're so inclined to help with, your gift is doubled. So very appreciative of everybody that's been a part of that, and those funds will be absolutely well used to help keep scouting strong.
All right, thank you, Joe. Oh, and here's some photos from the evening. So thank you to everybody that attended and participated. All right, coming up, we have some events. Steve talked about the Pinewood Derby, so we'll have more information about that next month. There is a Mama Bear and Cub Day on May 10th at Camp Decorah, so get that on your calendars and out to your families. And then May 30th is the Scout Sporting Clays fundraiser. We'll have more details about that next month as well. The next roundtable will be on April 10th. We will be on Zoom, so looking forward to seeing everybody here again next month. And we just want to remind everyone of the roundtable incentive. To attend these roundtables, your unit can get some free nights out at Camp Decorah. So please keep attending, and if you are not able to, find somebody from your unit to volunteer in your place. All right, Justin, I was told you were going to give us some words of wisdom at the end of the night.
Yeah. I just first of all want to thank everybody for attending and being here today. As a Leave No Trace trainer, we always talk about our impacts and how they fit into a spectrum of less impacts to greater impacts. Now, in the terms of Leave No Trace, we're always looking to lessen those impacts. But as leaders in all of our scout units, we are looking to get bigger and bigger impacts on the scouts. But just like in Leave No Trace, we talk about those impacts and not how they are one big impact here and one big impact there. They are cumulative of all those little impacts building up. Whether that be how you close a meeting or a simple act that you do in a meeting, being here at the round table or the trainings that you're participating in, every little impact that you are taking as a leader builds up to have a great impact on all of our youth. So remember that with every little thing that you do, whether it is just the few words of wisdom that you give to a scout or the new skills that you teach to another scout, everything that you're doing builds up to that greater impact on all of our scouts, whether that's a scout that has only been in the program for a year and maybe is dipping out because they're going to be in sports, or if it's a scout who's been in the program since kindergarten and is soon to attain Eagle. Scouting is shown to have a really great impact on everybody's life, no matter how long they're in it. So make sure that we are working